I'm going to whet everyone's appetite.
Plus, I have, plus I said, this,
Check.
it sounded like it would work for me, Kamocha, and it does. So
That's great.
probably I'll call the big band arrangement something, something based on that.
So I just wanted to let people know, as we're just waiting a minute or so before we get started, that there is a world premiere of a composition that you're going to hear tonight, written by our own Aaron Grosky. So we are all very much looking forward to this, something that Aaron has worked on for quite a while and decided with our Cantor to bring it to this service. So when we get to Mi Chamocha, for the first time, you will be hearing a melody that has ever been played in a public setting, and it was composed by our beloved member, Aaron, to my right. So we're looking forward to that. We want to wish everyone Shabbat Shalom, and we're glad that you are here, and we want to thank our wonderful musicians who are here to make beautiful music with our Cantor tonight for Jazz Shabbat. There are a couple of new pieces you're going to hear tonight, a couple you've probably heard before. I'm going to give you a heads up and a warning, which is I'm going to ask you if you want to share a blessing when we get to the midway point in our service. So as you're davening, since we're supposed to be thinking about what we have to be grateful for, you can do some anticipatory gratitude thinking and see if there's something that you want to share. And I just also want to acknowledge a couple of just some sadder things before we begin the service. First, Emma Raymond just came into the room and recently returned from New Zealand, unfortunately, where her father had passed away. And this is her first time back with us at Beth Sholom. And all of our hearts go out to you, Emma, on your dad's passing. I also just want to say that I'm just kind of thinking about this part of the room because any of us who are Shabbat morning regulars know that Jack Belitsky of blessed memory was there last Shabbat and pretty much every Shabbat morning for the last couple of years, except for COVID, and passed away very suddenly this week. So I know as a Beth Sholom community, our hearts go out to his family. And it's important to acknowledge, even though Shabbat is a time of joy, we often sometimes are holding contradictory emotions. And so I want to just acknowledge what's true, and that there is some sadness, both individually and in our community, and also that we also want to have some joy. So we're going to begin the service, Chazan, I believe, on page 12.
That's right, yep.
Sure. I'll be wherever you want me to be.
You have more room over here.
All right.
This way I can see Fred.
All right. No one even noticed that sleight of hand, did they? we changed places. Page 12, Yedid Nefesh.
We're going to be...
Now that was
Oh,
sleight
page-
of stand, not sleight of hand.
Page 14, Yedid Nefesh. My apologies.
This is going
Page
to
14.
be to the melody of Girl of Ipanema, written by Antonio and Tom Jobim. So please join us on page 14.
ידיד נפש ברחמה משוכב דק אל חסונה ירוץ עבדה כמו הים ישתחווה אל מול הדרך ירב לו ידידותיו מנופת צוף וכל הדור נעזיב העולם נפשי ותתרפא, והייתה לך שפחת עולם, ותחמו רחמך, וחוסנה על בן אוהבה. כי זה כמה נכסוף ונכסף, לראות בתפארת וזך, ענה אלי מחמוד, ליבי הוא שנה. והייתה לך שפחת עולם, ותחמו רחמך, וחוסנה על בן אוהבה. כי זה כמה נכסוף ונכסף, לראות בתפארת וזך, ענה אלי מחמוד, ליבי הוא שנה. דיאלתי תלם, דיאלתי תלם.
We're going to turn ahead now to page 19 and join together 3 lines from the bottom with the Roma mood.
Yeah, and this will be to the melody of all of me, and very different in feel. So let's just review the melody so you can all sing along. So I'll sing, and if you can repeat after me.
רוממו, אדוני אלוהינו,
Adonai Eloheinu,
וישתחוו
V'yishtachav
להר קודשו,
Kodsho,
כי קדוש
Ki Kadosh,
אדוני אלוהינו,
Adonai Eloheinu,
כי קדוש
Ki Kadosh,
אדוני אלוהינו.
Adonai Eloheinu.
Awesome, you got it. Let's sing together.
רוממו, אדוני אלוהינו, וישתחוו להר קודשו, כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו, כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו. להר קודשו, כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו, כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו. רוממו, אדוני אלוהינו, וישתחוו להר קודשו, כי קדוש רוממו אדוני אלוהינו וישתחוו להר קודשו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו אדוני אלוהינו וישתחוו להר קודשו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אלוהינו.
Beautiful. Shkoach. We're going to continue the service now on page 21 to probably a more familiar, that was a very familiar melody, to a familiar melody by Craig Taubman. Lecha Dodi is going to be, we're doing the first, second, and last verses on page 21, and then we're going to rise as we come to the final verse on page 22.
Lecha dodi, לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה. 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 שבוע וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה לקראת דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכוון לך כי היא מקור הברכה בראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תהילה לקראת דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי שדברי כבוד אדוני עלי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת עלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה.
be seated. And this is the traditional time in a service when someone in our community has experienced the recent loss of a loved one, that we acknowledge that collectively. And since Emma is here tonight for the first time since coming back, we offer these words, particularly to you, Emma, on page 22, the bottom of the page, the words of consolation, Hamakom Yinachem Etchem B'toch Shar Avelei Tzion V'Yerushalayim. We ask that God should bring you comfort together with all those who mourn of Zion and Jerusalem, and we say,
Amen.
Before we continue with the Kaddish, we have one more psalm we're going to do, which is on page 23. Tzadik Katamar, 4 lines from the bottom of the page, the psalm for Shabbat.
And this will be, again, a very familiar melody. And funny enough, it actually has nothing to do with jazz originally. It's an Israeli melody for Tzadik Katamar. If you recall, we in the past did Mac the Knife, but we all collectively got very tired of it. So we have changed it to a new melody, which has a lot of jazz potential, which we will hopefully realize.
Tzadik Katamar yifrach yifrach, Tzadik Katamar yifrach, Tzadik Katamar yifrach yifrach, Tzadik Katamar yifrach. Keres balvanon yizke, Keres balvanon yizke, Keres balvanon yizke yizke. Keres balvanon yizke, Keres balvanon yizke, Keres balvanon yizke yizke. Tzadik Katamar yifrach yifrach, Tzadik Katamar yifrach, Tzadik Katamar yifrach yifrach, Tzadik Katamar yifrach. Keres balvanon yizke, Keres balvanon yizke, Keres balvanon yizke yizke. Keres balvanon yizke, Keres balvanon yizke, Keres balvanon yizke yizke. Tzadik Katamar yifrach yifrach, Tzadik Katamar yifrach, Tzadik Katamar yifrach yifrach, Tzadik Katamar yifrach. Keres balvanon yizke, Keres balvanon yizke, Keres balvanon yizke yizke. Keres balvanon yizke, Keres balvanon yizke, Keres balvanon yizke yizke.
We'll now invite those in the process of mourning or observing a yard site, both who are here in this room and those who are at home, to join with me in the Mourner's Kaddish, middle of page 24. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Bialma divrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh. B'chayechon v'yomechon. V'chayei techol Beit Yisrael. Bagala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach li'olam omei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach. V'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit aleh, v'yit halal, shemei dekudesha,
B'richu.
Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, damiran v'yalma v'yimru. Amen.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Before we continue with the evening service, I did give everyone fair warning and invite people to share a bracha. And people, by the way, in terms of sharing a blessing, if it's been a hard week and you don't have a blessing you feel like you're in touch with, just say hello. Tell us your name. So I always like to begin just to give people some time to think, and then we'll continue with our musicians up here. And then, so I'm David Glanzberg-Krainin. I have a lot of things to feel grateful for, but I feel grateful for the miracle of the body's ability to heal itself, since I was a little bit sick this week, but feeling much better now. So that's always a miracle to behold, that the body often, not always, often is able to heal itself. Chazan, you want to?
Yes, my name is Jacob Agar, and I was still thinking of a miracle, but it is a miracle that we're here making music with these amazing musicians, and that we're all here and in this intimate group, and it's always nice to be together. So that is my miracle.
Please.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and I had a couple of observes for work, and I don't like being observed doing new scales, but I passed both, so I'm very thankful for that.
I bet you passed with flying colors.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tess, and my blessing, my miracle is that Lisa passed all of her things this week, and that they're over.
Aaron, you want to continue? Wait, we gotta give him a microphone here.
Well, I think David and I have one thing in common. We started big band rehearsals this week again after 3 years off for COVID. And of course, I presented new music to Jacob, and he liked it, and we're going to be hearing that shortly. And of course, my wife is out there, and that's it. Always happy to have her around. So.
That's so nice. All right, maybe see how far the mic goes.
David has one, actually.
I'm David, and like Aaron, I am very happy to have another place to play big band music, which is my favorite, and enjoy this, and just very grateful for the chance to keep playing music.
Lauren, do you want?
I am Lauren Gillar. I'm thankful for my family this week, my little nuclear family, my daughters and my wife, and my parents where I came from, and my big sis, and just the whole big family. Happy to have them all in my life.
Fred.
Hi, I'm Fred. A lot of you know me. My wife and I, Lynn, have a blessing. We're going to visit my sister, who is like my second mother. She'll be 86 years old next week, and she lives in LA. We don't get to see each other a lot, even though we talk weekly. So that is a great blessing to have her here with us, and she's better than ever.
Awesome. Randy, you want to share a blessing?
Oh, sure. As with you, my family this week had some health issues, and we all came through them just fine, so that's the blessing from my end. Absolutely.
All right. Great. So let's see, which side of the room? I'm going to start with Devorah. Go ahead.
I'm grateful that we're here. We've survived all kinds of things by now, so hopefully things will be going smoother and better in the future. Grateful to be with my talented, wonderful husband here. And
Yes, I will be with Nana.
Nice.
And I will
Wonderful.
be also two days on the Jewish Congress organization. There will be a conference, so I will be 2 days. So
Fabulous.
destination always a miracle. Go.
Thank you. Our bat mitzvah woman.
Hello, I'm Kathy Banker, and I am truly blessed, of course, as I will always say, to be a member of this wonderful congregation and to have my dear friend of many years here with me tonight.
Please introduce yourself.
Okay, so my name is Tozy, and I've known Kathy forever, and I've known David forever, and I used to teach before they got married, and I was at their wedding, and I'm thrilled to be here with both of them and to get to hear David play.
We are so happy you're here. And you were here last week for Kathy's bat mitzvah as well. Mel?
I'm Melanie Portman, and this week I'm very grateful. I told my daughter, who lives in San Diego, and I said I'd really like to figure out a time to come visit. And she said, you know what, Mom? The girls are off. I have two granddaughters, they're 5 and 10. And she said, the girls are off from school at the beginning of April, so why don't you come for Passover? So that's a wonderful treat to get to go to my daughter's house for Pesach and be able to celebrate Pesach with my granddaughters.
Nice. Nice. Nice to hear these wonderful blessings. Louise?
Glad that I'm here with Myron, and that we're both healthy.
I'm Myron Goldman. Yeah, I guess I'm grateful for continuing to have good health and to get to share my life with Louise. And we had our 8th grandchild
Oh,
a month ago.
that's all tough.
Life is good.
Plus, there's Diet Coke and honey on most Shabbats.
The diet,
Right?
at least the honey, I'm not too sure.
Oh, got to talk to the big people up there about the honey shortage. Okay.
I'll leave it to you.
Remind me. Remind me, I'll talk to my superiors.
I'm Marlene, and I want to know why he got the honey and I didn't get the raisin. Other than that, everything seems
See, the thing is, you just can't please the Jewish people. That's true. All right, we'll see about raisins. All right, measurements. You can say hello. By the way, I had to interrupt Haley's robotics class this week to do work on her Devar Torah, but she was able to do 2 things at the same time. I was very impressed.
I'm Josh, and I'm grateful that I have these 2 wonderful kids with me this weekend.
Including that boy who's hiding behind his prayer book. All right, Bradley, we don't see you. Don't worry. Malka, do you want to continue?
My name is Malka, and I'm grateful that my daughter Tova was in Briefly this week, and I had some time to spend with her.
Tommy.
After the Eagles win tomorrow night,
From your mouth to God's ears.
we get to see a doubleheader. We get to see our grandchildren play basketball, 1 at 2 and 1 at 5. Myron, that's what you got to look forward to. Doubleheader.
Lisa.
I'm Felice, and I'm grateful for life.
Says it all. Robbie.
I'm Robert Ramstein. What am I grateful for? One, my sister, my younger sister, the one who lives in South Africa, Joanne, got hit by a car there.
You're not grateful for that.
No, but Israel, but she got flown back to South Africa, and
She's going to be well, I hope.
yeah.
Okay.
Also, I'm grateful that I keep coming here because of how much I learned here over the years. I can keep going, though.
And we are, yes, we're gonna keep people's gratitude to one brach, one blessing if we can, just so we'll get the service. But thank you, we're grateful. Elaine.
I'm Elaine, and I am very grateful for the sweetness that this service brings into
Amen. Chair?
Jerry Gordon has his voice.
The man who sings his introduction. Beautiful. Ruth?
Reflecting, and I'm grateful for my husband for 7 years who puts up with me.
Grateful we're able to go back and forth to Florida over the winter and spend a lot of time with my mother and my brother.
All right, I think we're moving to Gary.
I'm Gary. I had a hopefully busy week, so I'm grateful for Shabbat.
Beautiful. Mark?
So first of all, I want to say that with the Eagles, I think I lost the morning minion bet that we had.
At the beginning? Wait, which one?
I said no more than 7 wins.
Wait, first of all, we had, it was 10 or less. You were in the 10 or less category? Oh, ye of little faith. All right, ye of little
The blessing of time for this week. During Hanukkah, we really had a hard time getting together with our kids. So we decided to, instead of gifting them something, we decided to spend time with them. And last week we took Garrett, Stephanie, and her boyfriend to Topgolf and spent a couple hours there.
Oh, that's nice. Gift of time.
It's a beautiful gift.
All right. Rick?
I'm Rick Cunin. A blessing I had was I got to see my sister and brother-in-law for the first time since my father passed away. They came east for some events they had here, and it was really nice to see them.
Beautiful. Debbie?
Debbie Shane, and I guess my blessing is my mother has been making an amazing recovery.
Oh, wow.
After a long stay in the hospital, she went to rehab yesterday, and is just doing amazingly well. And God willing, she will see 93 in a couple of weeks.
Amen. John?
I'm John, and I think my blessing for the week was that our grown daughter was in Columbus, Ohio this weekend, and on Monday I spent the whole day with her, which I never get to do. We just sort of hung around and chatted and went to Starbucks, which was a lot of fun. It was nice.
Emma? It's good to see you. Our hearts go out to you. So I wanted to say, we don't do this every week, but when you do actually stop and ask people to just reflect a little bit on their lives, worlds, open up to all of us, and it's really a blessing to be able to hear each other's blessings. So thank you all for sharing those things, and it just reminds us that we all carry around these things that often remain hidden to each of us, but Shabbat gives us this chance just to be a little known to each other, which is beautiful. We're going to continue the service on page 28 of our prayer books with the Baruch Hu, and if you're able to rise, please do so.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Amborah. Baruch Adonai Borach Leolam Ba'ed.
I invite you to be seated as we continue privately. Page 28, Ma'ariv Aravim.
Baruch Adonai Leolam ומעביר יום ולילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב המרים והערבים.
You'll recognize this melody, Ahavat Olam, page 29.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת עמך אהבת אהבת עולם אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת עמך אהבת אהבת עולם תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו למדת ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו ויורך ימינו ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה אהבת עולם ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד ברוך שמו בעד ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך והיה עם שמות
Continuing privately through page 31.
אשר נשבע אדוני לאבותיכם לתת להם כי מהשמיים על הארץ.
4 lines from the bottom.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Continuing privately, page 32.
מכל זכאים אלוהינו וזאתו ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה בני ישראל קבלו שירה בשמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם.
The world premiere continues.
And before we do, maybe we just learn the melody quickly. So I'll sing and you repeat after me.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, נורא תהילות,
Now you can join us.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף מלכותך ראו בניך בוקר הים לפני משה זלי ענו ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי פד אדוני את יעקב. וגלו מיד חזק מינו ברוך אתה אדוני גל ישראל גל ישראל.
Beautiful. Yasher koach. Aaron, yasher koach. Thank you for that beautiful melody. We're going to continue with our own private Hashkivenu on page. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to? Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. It was in bold. Bold means that we're doing a musical melody. I apologize. Page 33, Hashkivenu.
And this will be a very familiar melody as well. This will be Summertime by George Gershwin. And the reason why we put these two together was just as Hashkivenu is this beautiful medieval Jewish lullaby that we sing to ourselves, in which we ask God to keep us safe from harm as we go to sleep and the night begins. So in Summertime, the mother sings to her child, and she asks that no harm come the child's way. So please join us.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom Lechaim, lechaim, Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom, leshalom, ve'amidenu malkeinu lechaim,
We'll continue on page 34 with the Sholom. We're going to daven the Vishamru together.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות השבת לאורתם בית עולם, בני ובני ישראל, עוד היא לעולם, כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש.
If you're able to rise, we invite you to do so as we continue with the Chatzi Kaddish. which will be followed by some time for our own private prayer with the Amidah beginning page 35.
יתקדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ביעלמדי ורקירותי ומלך מלכותי בחיי כל נביאו מכל ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן ישמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולם מהמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהלל 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 שמי דקודשה בריחו לילה מן הכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ולחמתה דמירן ביעלמה ויאמרו אמן.
For those of you who are still praying, please continue. Those of you who have concluded should feel free to be seated. We're going to conclude the Amidah with Oseh Shalom, again to a familiar melody. ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום ויעבוד עמו ישראל ויען כל יושבי תימן ויאמרו
We're going to invite those of you who are able to rise as the cantor leads us in the Kiddush on page 49.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הילנו זיכרו למעשה וראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת amen.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
I have to confess something while people are standing. Our custodial staff is amazing. They wrap this Kiddush cup so tight with saran wrap to prevent spillage on our white carpets. It's an incredible thing. They are amazing. But that saran wrap is not easy to get off. That's why I was smiling during the last few minutes. We're going to continue with Aleinu, page 51.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגוי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהן, וגורלנו ככל המונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. שון תשמע אין עוד כן כבוד לך להם ותמלך עליהם ככתוב בתורתך אדוני מלך לעולם ועד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
Those of you who are saying Kaddish to remain standing, those of you who are not to be seated. I just want to, in case you didn't get the announcement, the funeral service for Jack Belitsky, Zichrono Livracha, will be this Sunday at 11 a.m. at Goldstein's Broad Street location. And there will be condolences that will be being paid here, actually in the Finkel Sterling Lounge from approximately 1 to 4 in the afternoon on Sunday afternoon. I want to invite those of you who would wish to say the names of the people, the relationships of the people you're remembering, if you wish to. Emma, do you want to? My brother
brother Robin Wolf.
We invite those who are saying Kaddish to join with me and those who are on the Zoom or watching the live stream, page 52. Yid Kadal, Vid Kadash, Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yalmad yivrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael. V'agala uvizman kariv v'yimru. Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah mevorach li'olam almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal Shemei d'kudusha b'richo. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata damiram v'yalma v'yimru. Amen.
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
We ask God who brings peace and comfort on high to bring peace to all of you who are remembering your loved ones. I want to begin by thanking these very, very wonderful and talented musicians for sharing their gifts with our community. And it's not only that they are musically talented, but they actually have to get here at 4 o'clock and start rehearsing to be able to play so beautifully. It's not a short, long amount of time to rehearse, but it's not only they just show up and play beautifully, they actually spend time working to be able to do this. So we thank them and we thank our Chazan for the service this evening. I'll make the announcements very brief since we're a little later than usual. Tomorrow morning, we have a number of our members reading Torah for Shabbat services at 9:30 a.m. We have 2 wonderful programs. On Sunday, Israel Engagement is sponsoring a brunch at 9:30, followed by a discussion with a researcher at Ben Gurion University on artificial intelligence. Our Center for Spiritual Wellbeing is sponsoring a wonderful, interesting kind of yoga experience. It's called laughter yoga. So if you want to laugh and stretch your body, 2 o'clock in the Bornstein Auditorium this Sunday afternoon. We have wonderful, wonderful adult learning that's available throughout the week. Please check your weekly email to see when you can study with either myself, our Cantor, Carol Nemiroff, and also just to let you know, next Shabbat, as I understand,
It's a brand new Shabbat, and it's going to be a Latin Shabbat. We're going to be in the Fishman, and you will all be encouraged to dance.
Now, I want to say, I've said to the Cantor, getting the Jewish people to dance during a service is not an easy thing to do. So we're going to see if you're up for it, but you're going to be using your body and your soul and your mouths, and so it should be a really fun experience. We hope a lot of you will join us in person. It's a little hard. You can dance on the Zoom, but it's...
but we won't see you.
We won't see you. And that could be better for some people. Some of us who are not exactly the most gifted dancers might prefer it that way. But no, you'll have a great time. So.
And also just add, we're inviting, we will have one of the best double bass players in the country who lives here in Elkins Park come to play next week.
And who's teaching the dance moves?
Not me.
All right, so we have another world premiere coming, Latin Shabbat, next Friday night. We'll conclude with Adon Olam, again to a melody you heard a little earlier in this service, page 54.
אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יסיר נראה להתנשא וחפצו כל אז המלך שמו נקרא ויהרג יכלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא עבר והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא אחד ואין שני להמשילו להכבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמשרה, והוא אלי וקאי גואלי, וצור כבלי בעת צרה, וצור כבלי בעת צרה. והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנקוסי ביום אקרא, ביום אקרא. בידו אפקיד רוחי, בעת תישן ויהירה, בעת תישן ויהירה. ואם רוחי גבייתי, אדוני לי ולא יירא, אדוני לי ולא יירא.
Shabbat
Shalom.
Shkoach.
Yeah.
Gotta tell you.